If you wake up unmotivated, scroll for hours without feeling satisfied, and struggle to start anything, your dopamine system is broken, and these 3 habits fix it in minutes. Not exercise, not cold showers, not the usual advice you have already heard 100 times. 3 specific, science-backed habits that work directly on your brain chemistry and restore your dopamine levels faster than anything else researchers have found. And the 3rd one is the one nobody ever talks about. It has nothing to do with anything physical, and the science behind it completely changed how I think about motivation. Stay with me for that one, because it is worth every second of this video. Here is what is actually happening inside your brain right now. Your dopamine system was designed to release dopamine in response to things that required real effort: finding food, solving problems, building something, connecting deeply with another person. High effort, high reward, high dopamine. That was the original design. But now your brain has access to unlimited instant dopamine. A notification, a scroll, a snack, a new video. Each one delivers a tiny hit of dopamine with 0 effort required. And here is what that does to your brain over time. Your dopamine receptors become less sensitive. They require more stimulation to produce the same response, and the natural dopamine that comes from real life, finishing a task, a good conversation, a quiet morning, stops feeling like enough. This is why you can spend 3 hours on your phone and feel worse than when you started. The dopamine hits were real, but they came with no lasting satisfaction, and they quietly raised your threshold for what counts as rewarding. The 3 habits I am about to share do not add more stimulation to an already overstimulated system. They restore your dopamine system's natural sensitivity and production, and the results feel completely different from anything your phone delivers. So here is exactly how this works. Habit number 1, the cold exposure reset. The first habit that boosts dopamine in minutes is cold water exposure, and the science behind it is more powerful than most people realize. A study published in the European Journal of Physiology found that cold water immersion produced a dopamine increase of up to 250% above baseline. Not a small bump, 250%. And unlike the dopamine spike from scrolling or sugar, which crashes fast and leaves you depleted, the dopamine from cold exposure rises gradually and stays elevated for 2 to 3 hours afterward. It is a slow, sustained release rather than a fast crash. Your brain responds to cold as a genuine stressor that requires adaptation and rewards that adaptation with a prolonged dopamine and norepinephrine response. And here is what makes cold exposure particularly powerful for people with chronically low dopamine. It does not require your motivational system to already be working well to trigger the response. The cold stimulus activates the reward system directly through a separate physiological pathway. This means it works even on the days when nothing else feels like it is working, even on the days when getting off the couch feels impossible. Here is your action today. You do not need an ice bath. You do not need a cold plunge tank or any special equipment. You need 30 to 60 seconds of cold water at the end of your shower. Turn the dial to cold for the last 60 seconds before you get out. Focus on your breathing. Stay with the discomfort deliberately. Your dopamine response will begin within minutes and stay elevated for hours. The first 5 seconds are the hardest. After that, your body adapts and the discomfort becomes manageable. And every time you choose to stay with it instead of reaching for the warm dial, you are also building something deeper, a pattern of tolerating discomfort for reward, which is the biological foundation of motivation itself. Now, the next one. This one involves something you are almost certainly not doing enough of, and the reason it works will change how you think about productivity forever. Habit number 2, micro-goal completion. The second habit is micro-goal completion, and it is based on one of the most important discoveries in dopamine research of the last 2 decades. Most people think dopamine is released when you receive a big reward. You finish a major project, and dopamine floods in. You achieve something significant, and you feel great. And while that is partially true, it completely misses the more powerful part of how your dopamine system actually works. Neuroscientists at Stanford discovered that your brain releases dopamine not primarily at the moment of achievement, but throughout the process of moving toward a goal. Specifically, at each moment of perceived progress, every small step forward, every tiny completion, every moment your brain registers that you are getting closer to something you wanted. Each of these produces a real dopamine release. This is why people who break large tasks into small, specific steps consistently report higher motivation and better mood than people who focus only on the end result. Their brains are receiving a steady stream of dopamine hits throughout the day from micro-completions, rather than waiting for one large hit that may or may not arrive. And here is the part that makes this genuinely powerful. Your brain does not care how small the completion is. Make the bed? Dopamine. Reply to one email? Dopamine. Fill one page? Dopamine. Complete one set at the gym? Dopamine. The size of the task is almost irrelevant to your dopamine system. The completion is everything. Here is your action today. Write down 5 specific micro-tasks that each take under 10 minutes and complete all 5 before noon. Not as a productivity exercise, as a dopamine priming exercise. You are deliberately triggering 5 separate dopamine releases in the first half of your day. By the time afternoon arrives, your motivational system will be running at a completely different level than it would have been otherwise. Here is the crazy part. Researchers found that people who start their morning with small completions are significantly more likely to complete larger tasks later in the day, not because they have more willpower, because their dopamine system is already activated and primed. Motivation does not create action. Dopamine creates action, and you can trigger it deliberately before the day gets its hooks in you. Share this with someone who calls themselves lazy or unmotivated, because they are not lazy. Their dopamine system is just waiting for the right signal. Now, number 3. This is the one I promised you at the start, and I want you to hear this completely before you decide what to think about it. Before we get to the third habit, let me ask you something. When was the last time you were genuinely bored? Not distracted, not busy, not scrolling, actually sitting with nothing to do and nothing to consume. If you have to think back more than a few days to remember a moment like that, that tells you something very important about what has been happening to your dopamine system. Habit number 3, deliberate boredom. Now, everything I have shared so far is real and it works. Cold exposure restores dopamine sensitivity. Micro-completions prime your motivational system from the start of every day. But this third habit, this is the one that most people will never try because it goes against every instinct modern life has programmed into them. The third habit that boosts dopamine in minutes is deliberate boredom. And before you scroll away, hear me out completely. Neuroscientists studying the brain's default mode network, the system that activates when you are not focused on any specific task, found something remarkable. When the brain enters a genuine state of boredom and is given nothing external to consume or react to, it begins a spontaneous process of internal stimulation. It starts generating its own dopamine through creative thought, future planning, memory consolidation, and what researchers call spontaneous cognition, the brain essentially entertaining itself from the inside. This internal dopamine generation is fundamentally different from the dopamine you get from external stimulation. It is produced by your brain for your brain, using your own thoughts and imagination as the raw material. And it does not deplete your dopamine receptors the way external stimulation does. It restores them. But here is the critical problem. Most people never allow this process to happen anymore. The moment boredom begins, waiting in a line, sitting in a car, lying in bed, the phone comes out, the stimulation resumes, and the brain never gets the chance to switch into its natural, self-regenerating mode. Dr. Sandy Mann at the University of Central Lancashire studied boredom extensively and found that people who were deliberately exposed to boring tasks before creative challenges consistently outperformed people who were not bored first. Their brains had entered the default mode network and begun generating internal dopamine and creative activation that carried directly into the task that followed. You are not protecting your brain when you fill every quiet moment with stimulation. You are depriving it of one of its most important recovery and regeneration processes. Here is your action today. Set a timer for 10 minutes. Put your phone in another room. Sit or lie down. Do not listen to music. Do not read. Do not plan anything deliberately. Just exist with your own thoughts and whatever your brain naturally generates. For the first 2 or 3 minutes, it will feel uncomfortable. That discomfort is your dopamine system beginning to shift modes. Stay with it. By minute 5, most people report a noticeable shift in mental clarity and a quiet but real sense of calm interest in their own thoughts. By minute 10, your brain has entered the state where natural dopamine regeneration is occurring. This is not meditation. You are not trying to clear your mind or focus on anything. You are simply giving your brain the silence and space it needs to generate its own reward signal from the inside. Save this video. These 3 habits that boost dopamine in minutes work at completely different levels of your biology and are worth coming back to every time you feel the familiar flatness of a depleted dopamine system pulling you back toward the scroll. So let me put this all together for you. Number 1, cold water exposure at the end of your shower produces a dopamine increase of up to 250% that stays elevated for 2 to 3 hours without crashing or depleting your receptors. Number 2, micro goal completion triggers a steady stream of dopamine releases throughout your morning by giving your brain the progress signals it was designed to reward, regardless of how small each step is. Number 3, deliberate boredom gives your brain's default mode network the silence it needs to switch into its natural internal dopamine regeneration mode, the one that modern life has almost completely eliminated. Picture waking up tomorrow and running all 3 of these before 10 in the morning. A 60-second cold finish to your shower, 5 micro-completions before noon, and 10 minutes of deliberate silence somewhere in the first half of your day. Your brain will be operating at a fundamentally different dopamine level than it does right now, not because anything in your life changed, because you gave your brain exactly what its chemistry was designed to receive. That is what these 3 habits that boost dopamine in minutes actually deliver. Not a mood lift, not a temporary fix, a restored biological system that makes motivation, focus, and genuine satisfaction accessible again in your actual daily life. Drop a comment and tell me which of these 3 habits you are going to try first. I read every single one, and I genuinely want to know which one feels most relevant to where you are right now. Your dopamine system is not broken beyond repair. It is just waiting for the right signal. Now you know exactly what to give it. And if you want to take this even further, watch this next video where I show you the 3 habits that physically rewire your brain for happiness at a structural level, because boosting dopamine in the short term and rewiring your brain for lasting happiness are 2 different things, and you need both working together.